Welcome to a billing system developed using Animate CC. So let me demonstrate how this works. Let's say we reset. There we go. And enter maybe 4 in there, fabric 4 of those, blind 4, and delivery 3 items. So we click on total there. And we can even use this calculator. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Animate CC, and we put one of these together using Actionscript. Hi and welcome to Animate CC of a billing system. I'm going to start by clicking on Actionscript. Right click on the Actionscript, select document, and let's change the size to 1350 by, I'm going to make that 800, and just click on OK. There, the next thing is I'm going to grab a text box or a text tool and change the name of the text tool to the instant name to display, and the text tool I would like it to be dynamic. The size will be 320, and I'll make this, yeah, that's fine. Let's make it 58 and add a border to it. Click on this very icon here to add a border to it, and there, what else do we need? Align it right. Okay, now I'm going to enter a value in there, and that value is going to be just 0. There we go. Now click on this and move it to the edge. Make that 50 so that you guys can see what I'm up to. Right there. Drag it down a little bit. There we go. Now change the name of this to display. There. So the next thing we want to do now is to create some buttons. Okay, for the very first button, let's lock this up. I'm going to call that BT7, and for BT7, let's grab this and just make it, I don't want that color, let's change the color and do that and get right, that's fine, and just change it to, let's change the dimension to 74 by 74. Come straight to the properties, make sure it's selected, and let's change the width to 74 and the height 74. Try that again. Let's get rid of the stroke line there. Just delete that stroke line. There we go. Alright, that'll be 74 by 74. Right. Okay, move it up. Now, I will now right click on it and change it to symbol, or go to modify and select symbol, and I'll just call it BT7. And make sure you select button. The type will be button. Click on OK. Now double click on your button, come right here, and let's enter, right click on that, enter a keyframe in there, change the color of this button to something a little bit and the next one, let's change the color as well. Enter a keyframe, we can always press F6 and change the color again. Okay, if you come in here, I think the color is called, the pattern itself is called gradient. Alright, the gradient is from right to left, and the other one is just centralized gradient. Okay, now let's come lock that up, click on another layer, and this layer I'm just gonna call it 7. You can type in 7 if you want, and grab the tool, the text tool, and let's enter 7 right there. dead center, like that's 7. Okay, and get rid of the border. Now drag it center, move it to the center of the button itself, and take it down. That's number 7 taken care of. Right. So if you come straight to the library, all we just need to do is to right click on this and create a duplicate. Okay, so that we can repeat the same thing for button 8. So I'll just speed that up now that you guys get the whole idea of that. Okay, I've finished creating all of the buttons that I need for this project. We can always add all of the numeric button on one layer, but I think I'm going to prefer to create different layer. So the next one is going to be button 8. Drag button 8 on board there. And let's position it how we want. Then I'm going to create another layer. I know it's going to get a little bit long, but I can always add a folder. Okay, that's button 9. Grab 9, drag it on board as well. Lock that up. Another layer that's going to be BT add. So grab add and just paste it right there. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for the rest of the component, and I will get back to you guys. But just before that, let's show grid so that I can position it how I want. Right click, select grid, or let's edit the grid. I'm going to make that 20 by 20 so that I can align it properly how I want. Okay, so I will then create another layer for the other button. That's supposed to be BT4, and like I said, I'll just speed that up and get back to you. But before I speed that up, let's create a folder. That's my folder. This folder is going to be for all these buttons there, so I can let's put them right inside it. So that'll make life easy for whoever want to use the application. So just drag it and drop it in the folder. So that is for the buttons. If I collapse it, you see that, so I can always call it buttons. Right, so whatever button I'm creating, they will all be resident inside this folder called button. Now I think I should add number 3, and let's speed that up. BT3, and just drag number 3. No, number 5 actually. It's not 3, 5. Drag 5 there. And I'll just speed it up and get back to you guys. Okay, this is how the calculator looks now. So let's run it and you see that's what's happening. When you click on it, you can see the rollover. Okay, let's continue with the development of the whole project. So the next thing I would like to do is let's give each of these buttons an instant name. So that is going to be known as 7. The next one is going to be known as 8. We have 9. And so on. Okay, so I've actually finished naming all of these, giving them all. Each of them now has their own instant name. But there's something left. Let's come in here first and just save this whole project. I'm going to call it billing system. Right, save. there. Okay, now the next thing is I'm going to select this very button there. Let's drop this down. Let's select button 7 right there, and we right click on the first frame of button 7. Let's select action, and right here click on the code snippet, drop the action script down, and I'm going to select event handler. Double click on mouse click right there. You see here all of these comments, I'm going to get rid of that because I intend to enter variable there. So I will advise you guys to actually read the comments before deleting it. So my first variable is number, first number, so the data type is going to be number, and I'm going to just copy that and use it for my second variable and the third one. So the second variable is going to be second number, and the third one, the third variable, let's call that, we'll call that answer there. Okay, let's create another 2 more variables. So this one is going to be known as I number. I, make that uppercase, number, and the next one is going to be an operator. So let's change this. So that's going to be string, and I'm going to change this to OP, stands for operator. Now in here, that's meant to be for button 7, so get rid of that, and you see the name of button 7 right here. I'm going to change this to F7 instead of F1, F7, and I change this to F7 as well. Now right in here, let's use the following: if display dot text equals 0, I want the system to do as follows. Make sure you enter your curly braces. So I'm going to say I number equals, because I need to pass the value I have inside display, so it has to be converted first. So display dot text there. So whatever value I have inside display, my text box that is called display, is then passed into I number, the variable here. Now I number, we need to convert whatever we have inside I number, but it's obvious I number equals number 7. So in here, display txt display equals I number dot string variable, parentheses there. So that's the very first one. Okay, else display will be equals, open a bracket, display plus 7, close that, and there we go. So that's the very first one. So I can always copy this and just change it for number 8. But what I'm going to do now is, let me run this first. I'm going to close that, and let's just run it and make sure the very first line of code works. So try out 7. See that, guys, the 7 is working. So let's close that and open up our Actionscript. So all I'll just do now is copy this, come right down here. So this is for 7, the first one is 7, and paste that. That is for 8. So I'm just going to change this to 8. right, and this will be F8, F8, and all of this will become 8 as well. Now the next one is 9, so I want to copy all of these and paste it right underneath here and call that 9. So we have 8 here and we have 9, so maybe we enter another one here for number 7. So that's supposed to be my own comment. So this is 7. Now for 9, change this to 9. I think this is how I spelled it, and then enter 9 here. 9, 9, and 9. Okay, now that I've taken care of the 3 on top here, so let's run it and just to confirm that it's working. So let's see what happened. Was that error? Okay, we need, because it says it's expecting curly right bracket. All right, because I copied it, I did not copy it also. There's one bracket here, there's another one, this covers this, this covers this. I have not covered this one. Now let's cover this other one. Right, and I have one in here, so that should take care of that silly error that I made. Okay, close this and run it again. There we go, we have 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, 7, so that's fine. So the others are not working yet. So back inside the code. So the next one, I'm going to have to copy all of these. Let's move this in the right place. Cut that off, it should be right here. And this should be before the or after the curly bracket as well. Just delete this. Okay, so we have 9. So I'm going to copy this, copy, paste, and that will be for number 4, and this becomes 4, and this is 4. And here we have 4 there, 4 and 4. Okay, I presume you guys now get the whole idea, so I'm going to have to speed that up. Okay, so speed that up and I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, I've finished up with the lines of code for the numbers. There we are, this is 4, 0. Then we have for 3, 2, 1, 6, 5, 4. We have 9, 8, 7. Okay, so have a good look at it. Now what I want to do is, let's close that. I need to take care of that of the clear. So let's select the clear button, right click on the clear, let's right click on it and select Actionscript, or come straight to window and select action, and in there let's select code snippet there. Then we need to select event handler, mouse events. So that those are the events, or that's the comment for the clear. That's the clear right here. So I'm going to get rid of all of these. Let's move it up so that you can see. Get rid of that, and in there I will then enter as follows for the clear. So let me say display display dot text equals there, and inum, which is I number, equals 0. So display dot text equals inum dot string. There we go. So that is my clear function ready. Now the next thing, let's come in here, close that. The next one is going to be for this very plus. So right click on frame 1 of the addition and press and select action, or you can always go to window and just select action. And go to the code snippet there. Let's select event handler, mouse click. There we go. Let's move it up a little bit and get rid of all of these. Anyway, we don't need that. Delete and come right down here and let's enter the function for the plus sign. And for the plus, I will use this variable here, op. Come right down. So let's say op equals speech mark plus speech mark and first number equals, let's pass as follows: pass display dot text. Okay, pass whatever we have inside display dot text into first number. In that case, display dot text equals clear. There we go. Okay, let's come in here, just copy this, copy. Now let's go to the subtraction, click and select, right click and select actions, code snippet, action, and double click on that and just, I'm going to get rid of all of these. That is the subtraction. Get rid of these, paste that in there, change these to subtract. Right, we have two more. Okay, the next one is the multiplication. Make sure it's selected, right click on that, select actions, code snippet, Actionscript, event handler, mouse click event. Delete that and just paste that in here. Paste, and that is multiplication. Change the sign to multiplication. Now the last one. The last one is the division. Select, right click on the first frame of the division, action as you've seen earlier, and event handler, click. There we go. Let's get rid of this comment, bring it up, and this is division there. Delete all of the content in here, paste that and change this to division. There. So the plus is taken care of, subtract, multiplication, and division taken care of. So all that is left for us now to look into is the equal sign. So right click and select, make sure that is selected, and let's go to window. You can always press F9 to get the Actionscript, code snippet, action, and right here event handler. There we go. So clear all of those, and let's bring that up a little bit so that you can see it. delete all of that. So for the equals, I'm going to enter second number, undo all of these, delete and delete. Second number, yeah, let's make sure it's correct. Yeah, it's in lowercase. So that's going to be second number pass. That's supposed to be int. Yeah, okay, I have the same error here. Int, another one here, pass int, and here I also have pass int. Alright, that's taking care of this. No, we have one more here. Yes, I think that's fine now. Second number, pass integer. So let's use an if statement. If operator equals plus curly bracket, then answer equals first number plus second number. There. Then display dot text equals, we need to convert that answer dot to string. There. So that is the very first line of code for the plus sign. So I can copy this, or you can use else if, but I'm just going to use if statement. If is subtract, then make that subtract. The next one, if is multiplication, I will make this multiplication as well. And finally we have division. If that is division, then this would be division as well. Right. Okay, those are the lines of code for the equals. So all I need to do now is to run the program and see how it works. Close that. So let's come in here, test scene, 12 times multiply by 3 divide by 5 and plus 9 minus 12. There we go. So the calculator is out of the way. It's working the way we want. So I'm going to collapse all of these, and right here enter one for label. So I can just call it label. So let's clock everything and open up the label and paste the label up here. Let's increase the font to, let's go for 90, and in there I'm just going to enter online billing system. Right, let's drag that much, right, all the way. Let's get it centered. So I'm going to highlight all of these and just move it down a little bit. There we go. We can always fix that. And select this, get rid of the border. There. So if we run it, let's run it and see how it's going to look like. Then we continue from there. Make that bold. Run. There we go, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the very first part of this tutorial. I'll catch you guys later.